Hello again, everyone. Today's video is going to be, as it's entitled, a cheap and easy way of making copper ingots, bullion bars, whatever you want to call them. Okay? I got the idea from a scrapper named MooseScrapper. I like Moose. Cool dude, nice guy. He's over in Maine, over the pond. Been scrapping for about call it 8 years. I'm not sure how many years he's been on YouTube. He's a great guy. I like Moose, and there's not much that Moose hasn't taken apart. I was going to send him a message and say, look, you've taken everything else apart. What about these aeroplanes that are just left in the desert? They're all parked up. We've all seen them on TV. Just take one of those planes apart. You know, I'd love to see him do that. But as he's progressed and learnt everything, he's more down Irish Scrappers Avenue and Raphael's Avenue he's very much into gold recovery now and silver and things like that. I'll put a link below and check out his channel. I'll probably put the link to what I'm going to make now, because I got the idea from him. He got it from someone else, wherever, but it doesn't matter. That's the whole beauty of sharing sort of tips of how to make things easier for us all. So, Ian, don't get too stressed when I say this, okay? I'll say the word. Now sit down before I say the word, what I'm going to be working with. You ready? We're working with wood. It's okay. Just take a deep breath, Ian. Okay, calm down. And if anybody else doesn't or hasn't seen Ian Matthews' channel, he doesn't quite get on with wood. It's a bit of a love-hate relationship, I'll phrase it. But he made a beautiful planter the other day, upcycling a coffee table. Absolutely beautiful. So it took him a long time to think, and he showed us all the process, which I appreciated. Bit like an artist. Showing how everything evolves and how your mind works and everything. So, Ian, yeah, we're working with wood tonight, okay? Now, what I have got, 2 pieces of 4x2, okay? There we go. And yes, from a skip. How proud are you of me? We like the word free. I love the word free. So we've got our 2 4x2s. Then I've got some offcuts of 6x1. Okay. Yeah, I got my screws ready. Trying to be prepared. Yeah. Trying to be a professional YouTuber. I'm not even a hobby YouTuber. I'm a complete amateur. I'm down the bottom of the ladder. Right, so what I'll do, I'll bring you down to the table, okay? So that you can have a better look of what we're doing. And then I'll explain why it's such a good idea after. Right, we've got our 4x2s, we've got a 6x1. Let's put this... we've got a rogue screw here. Let's put him in first. Alright, okay. Let's put this side in first. Okay, that's one side. Now on this side, I don't want it to be too tight. I want to leave a little bit of a gap, which I'll explain after. There's no need to be too finicky about it, because once you see it working, you'll realise it doesn't have to be spot on. It's a that'll do sort of yeah. Okay, 4x2s are on, got a side on, let's whap the other side on. Let's get a 6x1, got the screws. That's looking a bit tight, but we'll work with that. Here we go. Come on. Okay. We have now got, I'm going to have to alter this camera a little. There. Hopefully that's better. We've got a little box. We've got our 6x1s, 4x2s as you can see. All sides, and you can see through it. Okay. The next part is, I've got to check this first. The reason I don't want them too close together is I want to get a piece of 4x2 in. As you can see, I've over exaggerated the gap, but it needs to go in and out both ends. Okay, that's done. Let's get the bottom on. Oh. Gone quiet, means I'm concentrating. Now, with the screws on the bottom, don't do it too, don't screw it in too hard, and don't screw it in not tightly enough. It'll make sense in a minute, because we've got to get these 4 screws out every time we use it. You could hear then that the heads have been a bit used. I'll explain after. As you know, my disastrous start to YouTube. So there we go. We have one box. I'll put it there. We've got the opening there. We've got our 4 sides. And we've got our bottom. Let me bring you up. Oh, so you can see me. Right, okay. Now the reason that this is a good idea, cheap and easy, love that, we all love that sort of wording. Now, people, I've seen people on YouTube and they get a Devil Forge. Taco Stacks is a good example. He's extremely talented at using the Devil Forge, melting down whatever metal and making bars or whatever shapes and sizes he wants from them. Now MooseScrapper is going, he's got his own Devil Forge and he makes his own bars as well. But what perplexes me with this Devil Forge, they're extremely expensive to buy. By the time you've got the proper PPE on, because if any of that molten, as you know, any molten metal goes on you, you've got serious burns, and you'll probably have to have a skin graft, and yeah, not good news. So by the time you bought Devil Forge, the propane gas, all the PPE, everything to do with it, even the whatever you pour them into, I can't remember the name of it, it's too early in the morning. Let's write off £1,000. So that's £1,000 that you've spent. Now with copper, this is where I struggle with the idea of melting and making these bullion bars. I don't understand. Perhaps it's different in different countries, I don't know. But we'll go on top prices over here before, yeah, the virus. Say copper, the bright copper was £4.50 a kilogram, but solid copper was £3.80, something a bit like that. Solid copper, it was about £3.80 a kilogram, and bright copper wire was £4.50. Well, you're losing money by melting the copper into solid copper. If I've got this completely wrong, because I still don't understand why they melt it, perhaps it's just an expensive hobby, I don't know. If you know why they melt it, is it an expensive hobby, or is there some way that they're making more money? Please leave a comment and let me know. I'd be very, very interested. But to not only run a Devil Forge and to get enough copper or aluminium, they do all sorts in these Devil Forges. You've got to somehow recoup that £1,000, and you've got to keep on buying gas because it takes about half a tank per burn apparently. That'll take a lot of metal to recoup your money before you even start making any money. So that's why I'm struggling. I can't get my head around it. Okay, but for people like me, I like this idea because not only is it cheap and easy, but it makes everything easier to stack. So what I'll do, I better show you how it works. I'll get some paper out to put on the surface first so we don't lose any copper. I will show you after how many bars I've whacked and how many times I've tried to make this video, okay? And yes, Ali, I know I absolutely make you roar with laughter. So you can have another good laugh at my expense. It'll be fine. Right, what we're going to do, I'm going to bring you down, okay? There we go. So we've got our box. We know that our other 4x2 goes in and out. Yeah, fine, not a problem. Now I've got to find some copper. Oh dear. Right, this is, oh, it's going everywhere. I'm losing it. Okay, we got some number 2 copper or whatever. I don't know how this is going to bind together because it's thicker than the number 1, the shiny copper. So you just take apart what you want, however much you got. Keep putting it in. Obviously off some sort of motor this is. Right. I'm losing so much wire here. There's our wire in there. I know the lighting isn't very good. So I've put the copper inside. Now we've got to put this on the floor. I'll just move you across and hopefully, yeah, down a bit. If I move into you, you'll be able to see. No, there. I've got a temper, piece of 4x2, exactly the same piece of wood that I made the sides with. And why I wanted the gap was that I want to put my temper in. Okay. And what I want to do, I should have made the bottoms stick out a bit more so I could put my feet on it to make it more stable. And all you do is whack it up and down. And the gaps there allow you to get every little bit into a bar. Moose uses a lumper hammer. I tried using a hammer, but this split is obviously not very good wood, being off a skip. So I just keep tamping it upside down, up and down, and then just keep on compressing it. A lot of you will have more muscle and more oomph than me. And I've also noticed when making these, I'll put the temper to one side, put this back up here. Let's bring you back up. Right, when you try and make a bullion bar, if I put all that in, it wouldn't join with that bullion bar. It would stay separate. Let's put this back in the box. And all the stray copper, I don't want to lose that. That can all go in the next bullion bar. Now then, where I said don't put the screws in too hard, you'll understand now. We take the bottom off. Oh, there we go. Put the bottom to one side. And you can see the copper. Now then, how do we get it out? Let's get our temper. So we get our temper, we put it in at one end. There we go. And that has held a lot better than I thought it would, because it's thicker wire than the springy wire. So you have one. Does that? It's got to focus at some stage. That is one copper bullion bar. Okay, nice and easy to do. I'll show you how many times I've made this video. Yes, Ali, you can have a laugh. In fact, you can all have a laugh. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 times I've made this video. 7th time including tonight. But you can see the bullion bars, ingots, whatever you want to call them, in there. And this one is a good example. Cycle scrapping, he had house wire and he twisted it around his fingers and then twisted it. This, I don't think this works on house wire. It's just too thick. Okay. Now, when you do that and you wind it round, I found that it doesn't hold as well in the bullion bar. See? In the ingot. There. Compared to just loose wire, which comes out, yeah, as a nice ingot, bullion bar, whatever you want to call it. So also let's put all this back in because I don't want to lose any strands. Let's bring you up. So, cheap, easy method for keeping and making copper bullion bars, ingots, however you want to phrase it. Cycle Scrapping did a good video. Hopefully I'll get the link to it about how he keeps his copper. And I didn't know that he put silica gel packs in with his copper so that the copper doesn't lose its tarnish and everything. And that is still classed as shiny copper, basically, the number one. Because we haven't melted it, we've just compressed it. So with all those, as Cycle Scrapping said, if you look at his video and also from this video, decide which is best for you, how you want to keep your copper, if you can afford to keep your copper and you don't live off it. We made the, you can see the difference in the colour there a lot. You can keep that to one side in a bag, and as Cycle Scrapping said, just like the aluminium cans, put the aluminium in a box, and basically you're making a deposit in a bank account. Same with these copper bars, bullion bars, ingots. You're making a deposit into your bank account, as in your box, wherever you store it. And as you build it up and you wait for the prices to go up, then yeah, you will be surprised at how much you get back. If I say that copper, I think it was £4.50 sticks in my mind for the top price the copper was per kilogram. It went down to 360 somewhere around there, and then it went up to 380 during the pandemic, at the height of the pandemic. So I worked out £3.80 compared to £4.50. That's 18.5% difference. Well, 18.5% is a huge amount. You might say, Matt, £3.80 a kilogram. I've made 380%. Fine, not a problem. But as Cycle Scrapping said, if you're able to hold on to it, you can make that extra 18%. You won't get that in any bank account. You won't get it on stocks and shares, nowhere. So it is worth it. I'm in absolutely no rush to trade in my copper. Maybe 10 years time, if I'm still alive, who knows. But hopefully that has been a good idea. And if you check out Cycle Scrapping's video as well, I'll put a link to that. And between the two, if you are going to store your copper and wait for prices to increase, then between the two videos, hopefully you'll have all the information that you need. And if you're just happy whacking out some bullion bars, it's great fun. And it's just wood that you get off a skip, so it's nice and cheap as well. Okay, so I will do another video with the tamping machine, the bullion ingot maker. Yes, thank you. To do a little experiment, and I don't know whether that's going to be next time, not sure. I'm trying to cram as many videos in at the moment as you obviously know, and I keep repeating, my videos come under my channel name of Mad Matt's Bucket List. So I'm hoping to start the bucket list or the channel along those lines towards the end of September. And so that's why I keep on putting out these videos, and hopefully I think this one's all right. I'm going to wait for Ali's comment first. Quick and easy, cheap and easy, great for storage. What more do you want? Okay, so between the two videos, as I said, you'll have two sides, my side, cycle scrapping side, and you can make a very informed choice then of how you want to try and form some way of storing your copper in an easier way if you are hanging on to it, and how to store it properly, as cycle scrapping says in his video. So yeah, waffled on again. I haven't kept to the script. I am who I am. Talk too much. But I'll love you and leave you. Stay safe, stay well. And yeah, I'll see you on the next one. Thanks everyone. Bye now.